Hi, I'd like to talk to you about Swettenham's lovely stallion Host. He's by Hassanay, who of course has been around at stud for a long time, and we've had a great chance to see how he's worked with mares, and it looks like Host is working in a very similar way. Host is actually bred on one of Hassanay's most popular crosses, which was over Roy mares in Chile. And Roy is actually a grandson of Mr. Prospector, being by Fapiano. So Host is actually inbred to Mr. Prospector. Now this strength of Mr. Prospector is going to work, and is working very well with Danzig. And Host has actually produced several winners now that carry Danzig through the mares, including the impressive filly Flying Hostess, who's by Commands by Danehill. Now of course, with all the Danehill mares in Australia, this is a ready-to-go-to Host. And also there's plenty of other sons of Danzig whose daughters will suit, such as Anabar, Bianconi, Belong to Me, Desert Sun, Perugino, you know, the list goes on. So yes, that's a big population of mares that will happily go along to Host. Now, the inbreeding to Mr. Prospector in Host is actually interesting because Roy is also line bred to this family, tracing back to Frisette. Now, we can actually keep piling a little bit more into this family to keep that strength up by putting mares that carry Seattle Slew to Host. He traces to that line. Seattle Slew could be sourced through mares by AP Indy or his son Bernardini, also Heir de France and Agincourt. Seattle Slew's half-brother Lomond is sire of City Dancer, so mares by City Dancer would be interesting. And also Rory's Jester's dam sire Roan Rocket traces to this line, so you get a lot of opportunity to further line breed to Frisette in Australia. Another potentially great pattern for Host is line breeding to Marchetta. Now his sire Hassanay carries My Babu from that line, but we also have a lot of Turn To and Clairon, as well as more My Babu in mares based in Australia. Now evidence of the success of this cross is with Host's stakes winner Filippi, who is out of a mare by Encosta de Largo, who is out of a mare by Brief Truce. Now that mare contributes 2 lines to Clairon and 2 lines to Turn to reinforce My Babu in Hassanay, and obviously has done exceedingly well. Another significant contributor to this line is Sir Tristram, as he carries not only Turn To but another line to My Babu. And Host is actually working really well with Sir Tristram mares. The Roberto line also contributes Turn To, and Hassanay's champion son, Weekend Hustler, carries Act-to-Lac, who's by Roberto. More Babu can be sourced through mares carrying the Century line, such as mares by Rubiton, New Clays or Centaine. Another interesting cross would be to mares by Is It True, who was a terrific stallion in Western Australia. He is by Raja Baba, who is also the dam sire of Hassanay. So that would create a sex-balanced duplication to this ancestor, which often creates speed. All in all, I think Host is a very good chance in Australia. He's already showing great potential, and there's just a lot of mares that will be suitable for him, and good luck to Swettenham.